right-wingers, in my opinion, too hard on Tucker Carlson. Clip 12. This is from I am yes, you are no. This was circulating on Twitter about a week ago, okay? I am yes, you are no. Great account on Twitter. Interesting content. This is 1 minute and 3 seconds from Tucker Carlson about white people standing up for white people in America. And he says it's very disappointing. I presume that I am yes, you are no on Twitter is a he. I don't know for sure. I saw other tweets because I searched, Tucker Carlson, white people. And this was from a week ago. Old news from Hake. So I suppose I'll play this clip and then I'll read some of the chat comments in response. Listen to this.
I will say this, if I can just make one prediction. So the United States is becoming non-white. Everyone's excited about it. Or whether you're not excited about it, it doesn't matter. Whites are going to be in the minority. So what that means soon. So what that means is you're going to get at some point, probably in my lifetime, people standing up and saying, I represent white people. I'm the candidate of the white voter.
Right.
And I just want to say on the record that I'm going to tell that person to f*** off. Because nobody speaks. I'm an adult man, and nobody speaks for me because he shares the same skin color as me. Like, I just reject that entire idea. If I agree with you, I'll let you speak for me. And if I don't, I won't. But this idea that someone of a certain skin color, or any ethnic background, speaks automatically on behalf of all people who share that skin color, ethnic background, is a Nazi idea, and I'm totally opposed to it. And I will be opposed to it when it happens to me. When and this will happen. Someone's going to, white people. And I'm going to be like, I don't even know you, dude. I don't even know you. I refuse to allow you to purport to speak for me because we look the same.
Period. So apparently that was on, I gather, Starkian Hypothesis tweeted, I watched Tucker's interview with Adam Carolla. Not to be confused with Corolla, like Toyota Corolla. Carolla. Is that an Italian guy? The other night, this was probably a week ago plus, and most of it was standard normie con. Dems are real racist, and woke is bad because it will make white people pursue identity politics someday. So says Starkian Hypothesis, who I'm not familiar with this person tweeting that, but he quote tweeted a guy named Jason Kessler, who's the guy who organized the Unite the Right rally. He appeared on the JLP show before that thing. Jason Kessler, he's purportedly a pro-white guy. I haven't really kept up with that guy. But he tweeted this thing. Tucker Carlson describes whites becoming a minority as quote-unquote exciting. I don't think that Tucker said that it was exciting, in fairness. And pledges to attack anyone who advocates for white people since those are Nazi ideas. This silver spoon jerk, sorry kids, don't say that, is not one of the good guys. Controlled opposition! All caps. Silver Spoon is right, I think. This guy is a rich young man. He used to wear a bow tie like those goofy, silly college preppy guys. But he comes from that world, but he's also a pretty independent-minded guy, I think. Tucker Carlson, in my opinion. And he was saying people are excited about that. Many people find it exciting that whites are becoming a minority. I don't think that he was avowing that. He didn't say he disavows. But Andrew Anglin, World War Wang, great Twitter account. He's back on Twitter. I'm not sure if I should disavow him. He has a website on the internet. Shout out to the internet. Andrew Anglin, interesting guy. But he tweeted, Tucker Carlson on white people. Bleep you, you're a Nazi. And it was interesting that he used that term Nazi ideas. Those are Nazi ideas. That a person of a race speaks for all people of that race. And he's kind of oversimplifying it. I don't think anybody says that, really. Oh, just because I'm black, I speak for all black people. So is he calling most blacks, fake leaders, Nazis? Nazis? Is that what he's calling them? Is he calling Al Sharpton and the Black Lives Matter sleazebags? Can I say that word? Nazis. It's interesting that he said Nazi. Maybe he knows more about history than I would assume. Because I don't know much about history. I am yes, you or no, like I mentioned. He found that quote very disappointing. But what I got from Tucker saying that was that what JLP says, don't have leaders. You hear people saying, oh, Nick Fuentes, he is our leader. Nick Fuentes is a young man, talented, a leader of sorts, educated, in that probably self-educated, smart, presents himself well, but he's not your leader. Christ is king. Have no leaders. And so I agreed with Tucker on that, in terms of if I agree with you, you can speak for me, he said. Andrew Anglin explains, Tucker Carlson's show is well-written because he has good writers. When you see him in interviews, he can barely even function and starts doing long asides about how white people are evil, even if they don't accept being replaced by foreigners in their own home. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's true, because I haven't watched any of these interviews. So I don't know if that's an unfair or fair characterization by Andrew Anglin. World War Wayne. Ozark Night Owl says, Tucker Carlson said openly he'll throw white people under the bus anytime they need to ethnically speak up as a group, even when that's the basis of policy against us. Never mind Candace Owens doing it for her people with Brexit. GOP wonders why no other ethnic groups vote for them. Look what happens. Tucker Carlson in this video says, F off. Oh, blank off, sorry kids, to anyone that would stand to lead white people in this country. How can you be so flippant towards white replacement, especially when other racial groups are already organized for their own gains? But those guys are not organized for their own gains. They're organized for the destruction of themselves. Yeah, they gain a little bit of worldly sway, but they don't do well for themselves. And him saying, bleep off, you don't speak for me, isn't him saying being flippant. That's not him being flippant towards white replacement. I think you guys are being jumping to conclusions into things that he did not actually say. Stick with what he actually said. I say, don't turn on the guy. Friend enjoyer says, Tucker Carlson said on a podcast that white people becoming a minority is exciting. He said that it's exciting for some. He didn't say it's exciting for him. And that there will be people who represent the white vote and that he will tell them to bleep off. Unless he agrees with them. Dude, I don't even know you, dude. He's not wearing his tie in this podcast. Adam Carolla. Also adding that they are holding on to Nazi ideas. Yeah, I don't know why he said that. Nazi ideas. Bring on something. Just say that's black. You're thinking black. It's more black that you're thinking. And some of the phony Latinos and Asians are thinking that way too. You're thinking black. You're not thinking Nazi. I don't even understand what that means. So I disagree with Tucker saying that. I mean, I just don't know the historical reality of what happened. Well, history is different from the reality of what actually happened, right? Because written down stuff is different. Fake news. A lot of fake news becomes history. Tucker talks about white replacement. No? Asks Nick. Yeah, he does. He's written it on his show, or spoken it on his show. And as Andrew Anglin said, I'm sure like there were people writing it for him. But I don't think that he would say it if he didn't agree with it. Remember, there was a great based writer who was outed, doxxed by the mainstream media, and he had to get fired or quit or resign or something. Talented young man. It came out he hated women, supposedly, and made fun of blacks or something. Maybe even made fun of Jewish people, which is, I disavow that. But anyway. He used to cover white replacement on his shows, is Bill Pasquale. What do you mean we used to? I don't even think used to is quite it. Yeah, spoiler alert makes a great point. I've never seen a so-called white supremacist or even neo-Nazi, which I don't even see those, but never seen them say, I speak for all white people. Exactly. It's kind of he is using sort of a straw man. That is true. So you guys are strawmanning the man who's strawmanning who knows what. He's talking about something that's going to happen in the future, and it hasn't even happened. So you guys are overreacting, in my opinion, and maybe he's overreacting too. My main point is, don't judge these people too quickly over something that they say and too harshly. So you're shooting yourself in the foot to spite your face, which is the wrong way to say it. Cutting off your nose to spite your face. Anyway, am I wrong? Am I wrong? You are too hard on Tucker? You're saying stuff that he's not saying? Stay out of your imagination. Don't go into jumping to conclusions about what he's saying. That's what I'm pointing out.